Welcome, listeners. This week on Just Neapolitan, we talk about video games. Joined by Eddie, and I'm your resident. Less than 3 weeks and my life is gone. Bryan. Yeah, I'm horny for that Shadows of the Erdtree drop.
Yes, less than 3 weeks.
You have no idea. I look at it. Every time I jump on Steam, I just look and I'm like, almost.
Yeah. Yeah.
Roll initiative. Do it. You know. Oh, this is great. You can't use the thing that you did start doing for this. Something you used to do, you still wish you did.
Damn, I just took that away from myself, didn't I? That's crazy. For context, it would be skateboarding people, but I can't use that because me and Bryan goddamn, I should.
That's okay. You know what? I fucked it up too because I wrote that one a while ago when I was still talking about how mad I am that I don't write anything anymore. But I'm not writing the stuff I want to write, but I have started writing again. So that was my easy one too.
Yeah. I'll go first. Things that I do. Things that I don't do that I wish I still did. Damn, man, skateboarding could have been the easiest fucking dub that I ever had. But,
yep.
That's crazy because now that I think back, my life was really about skating for a while. Man. Things,
Well, I can go while you're thinking because I know mine.
Go ahead.
Because this is the other side of the writing one. This is the other thing I was trying to start doing again because I miss doing it, and I'm just a lazy fuck. So going for walks, and especially now that it's warmer out again, and it hasn't gotten so warm yet. I'm like, I am wasting the perfect time to just go for a walk every once in a while. Just enjoy being outside and clearing my head. But, video games, man.
Yeah. Well, I could break it down to a simpler thing because this was also a huge part of my life. I do not play MOBAs anymore whatsoever. And every once in a while.
And that's not a huge loss.
Man, listen, League of Legends came into my life like a hellstorm. And I played it through high school, through college, through adult life, like pulling up to my girl's house on my laptop and busting out League of Legends. And in the world I lived in, they would just be like, what the? I didn't expect this. I'm a different type of guy. Man, I miss it, but I don't miss how it made me feel playing it. I think that's the true growth. I definitely want to play it. But I know how it makes me feel. The same reason I stopped playing Rocket League, which I'll get into later.
Uh-oh. I mean, that sounds like a perfect segue into the games.
Okay.
So,
let me kick us off about what we've been playing. Well, as you guys know, for those who listen, I prided myself in, keeping up my technical aptitude of being able to play that game with the kids. But because I chose to join in that community so late, I can only, without really, really trying, I can only ascend so far through my natural skill level. At my age. Now. And at this point, the game's in its tail end, so the only people that seem to be left are people like me and above. Now, there are definitely people below me that exist, but they don't exist where I play the game at. Where I play the game at, I'm stuck right at the point of, I'm really good, but I do not have the time to go to the next level. But I get lobbies with people who get paid to do this. See, it fucks you up. Because to me, a game about Rocket League it's all about your technical confidence in your hands and you feel your mechanics and everything like that. I practice all day long. I always make sure I get in an hour of me just going out there and just doing whatever. For those who follow Rocket League, they'll know what practice looks like. Just to get absolutely dominated by some guy whose wheels never touch the ground, and he's figured out how to manipulate the ball in the air into tricking the game to thinking that his fourth wheel has set on a surface because he's touched all four wheels to the ball. So it resets a flip that only is supposed to reset when you touch surface. So he can continuously juggle the ball mid-animation through the air and into the goalpost. And the only way you can stop that is by perfectly flying through the air in a car and defending the ball by guessing which way. For those who follow hockey, imagine, excuse me, Bryan, who would be the best striker of this time? Like, not of all time, but of like right now.
Striker's the wrong term. That's
I'm sorry.
That's football.
You know what? I realized I just did that, and I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, okay, so here's the thing. The best shooter,
thank you.
All time, I hate to admit it, but it's probably Ovechkin. Like, he's going to break Gretzky's goal scoring record.
Oh.
But then also you got like Austin Matthews, who's got an insane shot. Connor Bedard, he's got a great shot. There's a bunch of them. Honestly.
Right, okay.
But like those are
with those,
you know, the oldest one that's been around for like 8 seasons, and then a rookie. So there you go. There's a good spread.
I'm so glad that I asked you that, because you explained it in a way that helps me just make my point even better. What's that one-on-one shootout called? Is that like a penalty shot?
So it's a penalty shot if it's called during the game. It's just the shootout, and that's only in the regular season if you're still tied after the 3-on-3 overtime.
Okay, so I can make it more simple. So imagine a shootout. All those people you named, they were probably really good in shootouts, weren't they?
I don't think I've ever seen any of them do shootouts.
I'm saying in general like, when shooting 1v1.
See, you bring up hockey, man, and it's not going to work for hockey, because like some of the best guys on shootouts weren't necessarily the best like pure goal scorers.
No. I'm sorry. I meant like in a game, they get in a situation where it's them versus the goalie, one-on-one. Like all the tricks they can pull out their
Connor
bag.
McDavid, then.
Okay, so imagine Connor McDavid
different from the three I named earlier.
Imagine he's coming at you, and you've played hockey for 2 months, and this guy with all his life experience is coming at you. What chance in hell do you think that guy has, that amateur goalie?
Nothing. You have nothing.
Nothing. Now do that. Well, imagine what I'm saying. Put it in soccer terms, but make the guy fly.
Yeah.
What the fuck can you do?
And
he does that. He does that every time perfectly. Now, I know that was really long-winded to say that they are much better than me at my level. The problem is...
that is where we started, wasn't it?
Yes.
You got me talking hockey, and I forgot what the point was.
Yeah. But, Bryan, guess what? It's easier for me to tell you about hockey than it is to tell you about the skill gap on my level between me and the guy above me. It's that crazy because the game has died down to the point where there's only people who are really fucking good or people who are good enough to play against the other ones who are at the same level. But once you go up, nobody wants to fucking lose all the time. And yes, there's a way to enjoy Rocket League by playing against the bots who aren't that good. And, that led me to League of Legends. Why I say this, when I play the game, I've always been good at it. But it's one of those games where the more you play, the better you get. And then your expectations, and then you start playing. And then if you're like me, I have to look into the game. Now I'm back into the esport. Now I'm looking at item changes, and I'm following patch notes, and I'm following the meta. And you get sucked into this whirlwind of just, you have to follow this code because this game only works in a certain way. And if you go against the grain that the game is trying to push, you either have to be fucking excellent. Or you just don't have any fun because you're going to lose. You can be good at one of the greatest characters of last patch, but because he was so good last patch, you are now nerfed into the fucking ground, and you have to try hard, or you have to get good. And it just gives you this mentality where it's like, if I don't follow along and don't absorb this game, I'm just going to be averagely ass. But if I try a little harder and be marginally better, this is starting to sound like a me problem, maybe. I know there's some people who think like that. But the more I talk about it out loud, it seems like I quit for the right reasons, but I didn't need to say it out loud. But I'm sharing my thoughts with you guys, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, see, it's an intervention. It's not a podcast. It's an intervention.
It is. If I sounded angry, I wasn't.
We just it's just like self-interventions,
Yeah. It's therapeutic, baby.
Right? But yeah, so that whole thing, what's funny is you reminded me, I would imagine they're still on YouTube somewhere, but there was a pro hockey leaguer, and he did this like YouTube series that was Bobby Ryan versus Beer Leaguer. So, and it would just be him one-on-one with someone who just, plays in like a casual league.
He just destroys
and it's just like you can't keep up with them. It's just, and Bobby Ryan, pretty good player. But I mean, he's not even like, he was never, I think, like the top of the NHL at any point, really.
But way better.
Pretty sure he won a scoring title once. I think once he had 1 year where he won a scoring title.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, and he's just like, the skill difference is just so insane.
Yeah, and I mean,
just like those fuckers, you can't skate with him, you can't stick handle. He'll steal the puck away from you like it's nothing. Use one arm to hold you back like you're his little brother.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I feel personally like I'm getting bullied in a game that I know how to play, and it sucks because it gives me like it gives me like, man, I was really good at basketball in high school, and I went to college, and everybody is just, it doesn't matter. Your talent isn't enough. You found out in college that your talent wasn't enough. Like, no, that guy who's been here 3 years is just actually better than you. He's just actually fucking better. Sit down.
Or for like a very pertinent reference, it's like Caitlin Clark going into the pros and being like, oh, they're physical here, and getting knocked on her ass constantly, and then whining about it. And it's like, yep, welcome to the fucking pros.
Hold on. If we're going to talk about the pros, then let me be the pros. She's being targeted. They are jealous.
Of course she is, because when you talk shit, people are going to target you.
She never said anything, though.
She is a notorious shit talker all through college. Like, that was one of her things. Yes, she was the best, and then she would get in people's faces and tell them how she was the best. Welcome to the pros. You say shit to somebody, shit's more physical here, you're going to get knocked on your ass. Whatever. She'll hit the gym, she'll put on weight, and she'll be fine. That's what everybody does. I'm telling every single rookie of almost any sport, the first thing they need to do is hit the gym and put on weight.
Yep.
That's like every sport. Doesn't matter what sport it is. Doesn't matter where you came from. You are not pro weight your rookie year.
Yeah, I know you don't really follow basketball. There is a 7'7" French center who plays for the Spurs now. By the way, this was his first year. Otherworldly talented. He looks like he weighs about 180 pounds, bro. As soon as he gets the body, it's like Shaq and Yao Ming's child. It's terrible.
Oh, Jesus.
Dude. Okay, Bryan, no jump dunking, swats, floaters. Anybody who swats something called that has float in the name is ridiculous. And he can also shoot threes. Now, I know we weren't talking about that, but his nickname is the Alien.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Yeah, it's just things happen.
Yeah, that's gonna be scary when he gets that weight on.
Yeah, it was even more scary that of all the people to get the next great big man, it's the Spurs. Of all the teams that existed.
I forget the Spurs exist.
Yeah, after Tim Duncan,
and
everybody did.
That's coming from a Pistons fan, okay? Like, you want to know why I don't watch basketball? Look, wake me up when the Pistons are good again, all right?
I will.
Yeah, exactly.
I will. I'll be there.
Well, you better be a necromancer because we all know that's how long it's going to take.
Hey. The Lions had their time. The Pistons will have theirs. And after the Pistons have theirs twice, the Bears will have theirs. And I am here for it.
We're just going to recycle in history. The Pistons got to win the back-to-backs.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, I caught
and then
that.
I crossed the sports. Because, listen, I'm starting to think that because I've wanted it for so long, and, you know, the Bears gave me a Super Bowl run when I was like a sophomore in high school, and that was okay. I was excited. I got to see it in my lifetime. But I still think there's so many other people out there who've never experienced this, and I want to get it again. And I just like the chances of it happening. I just don't know. I wonder what age I'll be. I'm going to write this. By the way, everybody, I'm going to write a book one day, and if the Bears win, it will be a part of it. It will be the one-page chapter titled The Ring. 3
precious
3 words. I can't believe it. Just next chapter,
and then the date that you wrote it on, and then the next chapter.
Nobody. You ever seen a grown man break down out of nowhere?
Yes.
Listen. I will be inconsolable. I'll be the first man who had to call off work because he just could not stop crying. From a football. Well, no, I guess I'm not special.
Well,
life happens.
I don't know. I was going to say, that year the fucking Cubs finally won. A lot of people didn't show up to work that next day.
I want you to know, I had never been so sick for like a month. I was physically ill. Because I wasn't even in Chicago at that point. I was in Indiana. But guess what Indiana has, baby? Tons of Cubs fans. That's terrible. That tasted terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, that's whatever.
Hey, Bryan, one day for our respective teams, we'll sing the song of Sweet Victory. I mean, you got a Super Bowl recently, so it's all right. Yeah.
I mean, listen, hockey's the sport. I care about the Red Wings getting the cup.
That's what I'm saying.
That fucker needs to go back home. And by the way, home is in Hockey Town, Detroit, Michigan.
Hey, I'm sure
that's where Lord Stanley belongs.
Lord Stanley.
That's what you call it, the Stanley Cup.
I know. You'll end up seeing Lord Stanley long before a Lombardi Trophy cruises down John Baptiste Lakeshore, DuSable Lane, Chicago Drive. Okay?
I mean, I agree. I've seen the state of our two respective teams, and I'm not saying everything's going right with mine, but it's not going as bad as with yours.
That's true. And because this isn't a sports podcast, you people don't know that I love these teams.
I was going to say, with the two of us on here, this is now.
Yes.
Fuck video games. This is sports time.
I love those teams, but they don't love me back.
No, they don't.
They don't love me back.
Got another new quarterback to run this year.
Hey, whoa, hey, buddy.
Yo,
let me talk to you. Let me put you to the side. We gotta give him a chance. You know, we work him out first, and we build up faith unnecessarily in him. You know what I'm saying? Because Chicago, one thing we're gonna do is get behind some bullshit. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna uplift this brother, and we're gonna lift him high, MVP of the fucking church league. Now hear this: the first year. We always give him a first year, baby. We always give him a first year. And by first, we're going to talk some shit. But we're going to let you ride to your second year. But you got to do something that every quarterback has to do to be believed in. And Chicago's no different. You have to show us a flash of something. What Justin Fields did was at the end of his second year, this dude ran on everybody. Like, we knew he had the feet and we believed. Caleb, you're not known for running. You better pass it. You better have like some play action pass that when the crowd sees it, it goes crazy like it's a fucking finishing move. I'm telling you, you better have the cleanest 10-yard fucking... you better look like Tom Brady or something. Because one thing that's going to happen before these motherfuckers move out of Soldier Field and go to Arlington and do their new stadium stuff, if he fails, I can see us completely destroying Chicago football for many years to come. And I don't mean the state it's in right now. I mean, we are going to become the Cleveland Browns of yesteryear. And those Cleveland Browns today are fucking amazing. That is not the same team of yesteryear. But we are going to become that same team. And I mean, it's going to be fucking bad. So bad. And the Bears haven't been that bad. They've had good records. They've had bad records. But goddamn it, we've had 2 first-round picks in the last 2 years. What the fuck is that? Mm-hmm. What the fuck is that? Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Anyways. Yeah, we did get a new quarterback, to answer your question.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, I'm a very spirited Bears fan, and I would love to get back to watching. I don't mind watching a losing team, but knowing that we're purposely getting put in losing situations kind of throws off the balance of how you feel about things. If I thought those guys, not the players, but the team that pays them was trying harder than just paying them, and, you know, setting up the situation, I'll believe more. But knowing that it's cluster fucked one way or another, it kind of throws me off sometimes.
Yeah, think about it this way, though. So when your team's doing shitty, at least you only got, 17 games now that you got to watch. I got 82.
Excuse me?
Like, when they're doing bad, I just, like, there's, like, a chunk in the season that I just don't even bother watching. I'm just like, I can't do this. I can't watch you lose. You know, I can't be here every day being like, oh, are we gonna lose? Yeah, 82 games for a hockey season.
Hey, I hear you, and I raise you 100 games in total because I am also a Chicago Bulls fan. So guaranteed, I am going to get 82 games, which is crazy that they match up with hockey. 82 games of mediocrity. I'm going to get 17 games from the Bears of mediocrity. And you know where those extra 3 games come from? The preseason, which I'm only going to watch because I have a new quarterback for the first time again. In like fucking 5 years, 3 years, 7 years. It's a fucking quarterback lollipop. So yeah, I got about 100 games coming up in this season of mediocrity. But prove me wrong, and I'll shut the fuck up. Anybody that listens. I would love to get like an angry Bears player or just a Bulls player that was listening in. I'd turn around and kiss so much ass. I love you guys. I know I sounded mad, but I wasn't really mad.
I'm just passionate.
I am.
I'm just passionate.
Super passionate.
I'm just passionate.
And then as soon as they didn't accept my apology, well, I said what the fuck I said. Prove me wrong. And rant.
Fair.
So how you doing,
bro? So I was gonna say, so the game I was playing this week. No, I had this thing where I had a thought the other day where it's just like, man, I really want to play a space game, you know? Which then made me think like, man, I really wish midfield was like good.
Midfield.
But then I saw Floyd playing No Man's Sky and I was like, oh, that's right. No Man's Sky. It's the good Starfield.
Absolutely.
That came out beforehand, and that Starfield copied, but didn't do as well as No Man's Sky did. And since it's Bethesda, they're not going to fix the game.
Of course not.
And then just magically, I happened to go on Steam, and it was 50% off, so I was like, okay, well, something's telling me to buy this, and so I'm going to buy it. And then, yeah, I mean, so many updates since the last time I played it. So it's just like there's so much more going on, even than the last time I played. And they have the expeditions now, which are cool. I guess I've been doing that a while. And I got it just in time for a new expedition to start. So I already finished that. That took me like 2 days to just burn through it.
Nice.
And get a cool new free ship and other random shit that I'm not going to do anything with. Because, like, it's like, here's some cosmetics, and I'm like, I play in first person. I don't give a shit what my guy looks like. He is still the default from when I started the game. And they're like, here's this thing that will sit in the cockpit of your starship, right? And this little figurine that you can have on the board. It's cool they do it. It's a nice little thing. But I'm also like, okay, but I pilot my spaceship in third person, so that doesn't do me fucking good.
He said, but if I ever decide to come out of it.
Yeah. Which I won't. Nope, I put it in storage. I was like, because it takes up an equipment slot on your fucking starship, man.
Wow.
Can't be having that.
Nah, fuck that.
I need those slots.
For equipment.
I did, however, keep on the thrusters that you get, because those look cool. And once again, I play in third person, so I get to see those all the time.
Hey. Now, what if that game had the same shipbuilding thing as Midfield?
So it's amazing that you mentioned that. One of the things that's been added since the last time I played it is ship customization.
Oh, do tell.
I mean, I haven't done anything with it yet.
Okay, understandable.
Because I just don't care. Because I'm probably not. I'm like, whatever. I've always been fine. I didn't even do a lot of like ship customization in Midfield except to just get the pieces I needed in the ship to run it. I didn't. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, and to make it aesthetically pleasing, I will spend 2 hours. Now, fuck that shit.
Yeah, I did that.
My piece of junk ship. It'll blow you out of the fucking sky. That's all I care about.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I did that thing where I paid extra money to play things early and learned my lesson that I never learned. But now that you mention it, I realized while ranting earlier, I never actually said what I was playing this week.
That's right. You just said what you haven't played this week.
It's crazy. You know what?
We're good at this.
We're amazing. I actually, if anybody's been on Steam, they see they've been having a survival crafter sale. Everybody knows that's me genre.
Also known as the Eddie sale.
Yes, definitely me genre. Anyways, as I perused through the list of things, I noticed that any of the games that even looked remotely interesting I'd already owned. I was sick to my stomach at that. But I ignored it when Floyd initially told me about it and went to sleep, slept on it, got up the next day. Don't know why I got up on Steam, but I got on Steam and I see a new survival crafter that just got launched that day called Soul Mask. And let me tell you a little bit about Soul Mask. It is generic survival crafter number 7. Now, I say that because there's only I've played so many. I know there's only so many ways you can do it. And the next person who figures out the way that usurps the original template of whatever it is, they'll usually, get the gold from it. But anyways, I like it. I can't even lie. I don't know if I like it because I haven't played a survival crafter in a long time, or if I like it because it's actually good. But it is a mix of Ark, which we all know I like and can't play. It is a mix of Conan Exiles, which we all know that I like and I can't play. And it has elements of Valheim in it. And I do like
Why
that.
did you say it like that?
Because I didn't want, I have to say elements because I don't want to say they copy anything, but like the description goes, if you play games like Power World, you'll understand how the system, I'm like, please don't prove me right. I just want to play so I don't read the reviews because if I do, I'll piss myself off because people think people complain in reviews, but if you read enough, you see between the lines that these 3 people who are saying negative shit and these 3 people saying positive shit are almost sometimes saying the same thing. You just got to figure out who's more right, and that's part of the problem, and I try not to be part of that problem. So I say elements instead of saying it's completely like another game because the way you manage your base is definitely Power World-ish. And that's elements of Power World. I just say it has elements of other games. So with that being said, I'm enjoying it so far. And the one unique element about this game, which is in the title, is the mask you wear, which is why it's called Soul Mask. Now, I haven't played too much of this game, seeing how it just came out for like the last 32 hours, and I've been at work. You get superpowers by doing just about all the things you think you normally do in survival crafters, and you can go out and beat the shit out of people and make them your minions and get them to do it for you. And this game puts a big emphasis on, Brian, you're going to love this. If you do all the tidy work now and do all the base management stuff, and you go out of your way to get a person to do every single thing for you and automate it and carry it and do that, you can go out and explore without having anybody bothering you or having to get supplies, because when you got home, all that hard work you did, you turned your base into a factory, so now you have no real reason to do anything but leave. But if you don't feel like doing anything, it's too bad, because you got a guy to do it for you. So
yeah, see, I don't know.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So,
no, I understand it. It's also, yeah, I don't. Survival crafters, man. I don't know.
It's a sickness.
They don't click for me.
It's a sickness, man.
Even though, I guess, technically, No Man's Sky kind of is a survival crafter.
It is, but it's better.
But, once again, I don't build bases because I don't care.
Yeah, man.
I'm like, cool, I have a freighter now. Everything goes on the freighter.
See, Brian, this is why I like your brain, man, because I thought I was crazy. I don't want to put anything on a planet. Like, I just want to get the tooltip off my screen, and it can go in the freighter. If it can fit in the freighter, it's going in the freighter.
Literally, the only stuff that gets built on the planet is what I have to build to progress the missions. And then you have to build at least one each of your exocraft on a planet. And then you can just build the room on your freighter that it'll teleport them onto any planet you're on. But you have to build them first on a planet somewhere. But then you only have to build them once. And then you just call your freighter in, which you can do from the planet by looking up at the sky. And then your freighter comes in, and then you look at the ground of the planet you're on, and you're like, give me my exocraft. And it's like, boom, there it fucking is. And you're like, and now I'm driving, bitch. I really like No Man's Sky.
They should put you on a commercial. Or the info tip on the official site. Here's how you call your ship and get anything that has exo that you can move around in. Watch how this guy does it.
Oh, dude, I was watching a video, like, with some of the customization you can do on the freighters now, that you can get outside and, like, walk around on the hull of the freighter. And so somebody basically built a railgun, and they use, so there's a mech you can get in the game called the Minotaur, and they basically created a Titanfall.
Oh, wow.
So you can get on the fucking mech. I don't know if they're using mods or what, but I watched a little video and I was like, that's kind of cool. And it just launches it, and you're up in your frigate, and you climb into the mech, and it launches it, and it falls. And because No Man's Sky isn't just a bunch of loading screens, like Midfield is, you can go from being in space all the way onto a planet. So, yeah, it basically creates a Titanfall and just launches this thing onto the planet. It was really cool.
Oh, I would love to see it miss if it could. I would love.
Oh, it can.
Oh.
So, some of the bugs back in the day, Floyd and I both had this problem where you'd fall through the floor of your frigate and just die out in the vacuum of space.
Oh, that would suck so bad. What if they had like a bag drop system and you lost everything on you when you do that?
So there's a gravestone system, but thankfully it will put it at like a close place where you can grab it.
Oh, gotcha.
Thankfully. So it was just on the bridge of my frigate.
Easy.
And yeah, literally everything you're holding in your inventory, gone. It's in your gravestone. But no, there was the last time I was playing, there was a moon that was close enough to its planet, and it was small enough so the gravity wasn't good, and I had a really good jetpack, so I literally climbed up to a little mountain and jumped, and then just fired my jetpack until I was caught in the gravity of the other planet, and then now I was falling towards the planet. So I jumped from the fucking moon to the planet.
You just pissed me off, because now I just want to play. Now I have some theories to test.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it was a very specific thing you need to catch, because, you know what I'm saying, you need a small enough moon that the gravity's not there. Your jetpack needs to be upgraded. And then also, if you want to survive the fall onto the planet, you need to have the thing that your jetpack will recover in midair, so that you can fire your jetpack to not smash into the ground at top speed.
You were in?
Oh my god, no!
Do you know what system you were in?
I don't know where I am right now. I mean, like, I know where I am right now.
Yeah, but
I don't have dementia. I'm talking about like in.
Yeah, but he's like, I have no idea where.
Yeah, fucking No Man's Sky. What? I never know where I am.
Is there an Earth? Like, anybody figure that out? Is there an actual Earth that you can get to?
I have no idea. I doubt it. Most of the systems are just like a random letters thrown together.
No, I'm talking about like, did they find a planet that's like super close to being Earth-like?
I mean, unless Hello Games put it in there themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay, here's my thing, right? It's RNG.
Oh.
And technically, with enough time, since everything is possible, but it could take till the heat death of the fucking universe or somebody to find that planet. Because it's all procedural, you know what I mean? Like, the first time you go into a system, boom, that's when it creates the planets, you know what I mean? So the first time you land on the planet, boom, that's the first time it creates, whatever. So
unless it's one of those planets your friends have visited before, right?
Exactly, yeah. So, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you visit a system that somebody in the game at some point has been to before, even if you haven't, then that's already set.
So, damn, it's crazy.
Which is how you can visit people's bases and shit,
Yeah.
That was the other thing. I have been looking at some, like, because I'm glad people build bases. I don't want to do it. But it's also nice that from the anomaly in space, you can just, like, teleport to... Some people, you can just teleport to their bases.
Mm-hmm.
Just wander around and look at the cool shit they build.
Hey, man. I still think it's crazy that, even though you just said it's procedural, how long the game's been out, how many people played it, that you could still go into a system and nobody's discovered a single thing around you.
Yeah.
It's wild. And I'm with you. I'm never.
I mean, I will say at least that's something that they said from the beginning they tried to do, and that's probably the one thing the game actually did right from the beginning.
Truth.
There was a lot more they promised that the game didn't have.
But they've tried.
But I think it has all that and more now. I mean, there is so much to fucking do in that game now.
Yeah, they definitely tried.
Yeah. And then, we had the week that we didn't post, which... Sorry, everybody. I needed a mental health week. That's as much detail as I can get into that. But then I was playing a shit ton of Elden Ring because, I'm prepping for Shadow of the Erd Tree. I did get my Lord of Frenzied Flame ending.
How was it?
Oh, it's a cool cinematic for the ending. And then I just need to get the regular one for my last two achievements are the regular Elden Lord ending, because of course I didn't do the regular one yet.
Of course.
Why would I do the easiest one to do? Who wants to do that?
No one.
And then once I pop that achievement, then I'll get the achievement for getting all the achievements.
Nice. Young Hunter Bryan.
Which I'm pretty much with my strength build. I'm pretty much set up, ready to go for that. I should. I'm through Lindell. So I'm at the mountaintop of the giant. So I have to kill the fire giant. And I'm like right outside his place. And then I got distracted and did something else. But so I got to kill the fire giant. And then I got to do crumbling. And then, finish Lindell off again. So, is that 1, 2, 5 bosses left to go? Technically, I guess. Well, 4 boss battles with 5 bosses. Or I guess, no, 6, because I gotta kill the All-Knowing. But the All-Knowing's so easy. He ain't even shit.
He ain't shit.
And I gotta go kill Moog so that when the DLC comes out, I have access. Because I haven't done anything. I haven't killed Moog yet on my strength build.
Ah, okay. You did it on the other one.
So that's actually the priority, is to go kill Moog so it's ready for DLC.
Heard.
But I do. Part of me does want to get this final achievement before the DLC, because once the DLC comes out, it'll add more fucking achievements.
Ah, I got you. You don't want to get sidetracked.
And I want to get my final achievement before they add more and take it. And they might just then take it away from me too. But at least when I have it for a second.
No, I don't blame you. Shit. Especially if you've been going that hard for it. Yeah, definitely.
I just love that game.
I don't blame you.
I mean, I've got 4 other fucking builds that I'm still working on. One of them is stupid. One of them's going to be OP when I'm done with it. Because I played the game enough that I'm like, I want to make an OP build.
I deserve it. I ain't mad at you.
Yeah, why not? Sounds fun to wreck shops once in a while.
You know, now that I think about it, there was a part about that game, Soul Mask, I didn't mention that I do love about it. It has a hunting log. When you said achievement, you made me think of it. They have a hunting log, basically anything that you kill, animal-wise or person. The game has like this random chance of it being a stronger version of itself or a higher leveled. And how you kill it matters in this like weird scoring hunting log they have, which is for their online play. So like the people that go out and slay these crazy beasts, like who did it better, who got more headshots, shit like that. But I think it's a really dope thing because I, for one, like knowing what I've killed. So it's kind of cool like that. Like you never have to. It doesn't make every animal in the game the same. Like there's a reason to kill them. Like, oh man, that looks like an exceptionally big pig. Let me kill this boar. You know, that type of thing.
Oh yeah, I love a good bestiary.
There we go. I've been talking so long, trying to like make the word come alive, and it just couldn't. I just could not think of it.
That's all good. Yeah, no, I've always been into like little stuff like that. I like the bestiary and go in and you look at them and it'll tell you how many killed and this and that. Like some of the things I love about like with Monster Hunter. Yes. You know, getting the gold crowns, yes, the silver crowns and everything. Yes. And like you're getting real excited when you go to fight one. You're like, oh, this is a big one. Oh, I can tell this fucker's big. Is this going to be a gold crown? And then when you fight something huge and it's a silver, and you're like, how fucking big is the fucking gold crown? Exactly. Oh yeah, that's fun stuff.
You just really bring me back to my first Anjanath. Oh my god, I thought that thing. I was so flustered. How do you fight something? I didn't understand the concept of the. It was an abnormally big one. I don't remember what, if it was gold or silver, but it was definitely abnormally big. So to me, being my first time playing, I was confused as hell. How am did I hit his feet? I saw people hitting things in the face. How do I get there? Also, do not use an insect glaive if you're a first time player. Somebody should have told me that. That was way too complicated of a weapon. For me being a first time ever playing the game, it was way too complicated. I was just doing.
I mean, yeah.
Man, I was just out there.
I still never got into it because. Yeah, I never ended up using it because everybody was always using it, and it was kind of weird having 2 insect glaive people.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Because it's just like you'd get in each other's way a lot, and so I never ended up using it, and I play solo now, and I'm like, but now I'm just using the longsword in Rise and the switch axe in World because I'm like, I don't care, I'm invested in these now.
I'm invested.
I don't feel like learning a new weapon, so it'd be fun to see which of my favorite weapons they nerf in the new one. We're all gonna have to be fucking bow hunters because Capcom's slowly trying to turn it into a goddamn shooter.
Dragon Pierce.
I wonder that too. I wonder if they'll bring out a new weapon in this one because Rise didn't have any new stuff. Rise they just brought back the longsword for, and that's fairly OP in Rise.
I wonder.
Or they could just fix my fucking switch axe and I'd be happy.
I'd be happy with wire bugs.
Oh.
But
yeah, I do hope. I do. It is such a pain going back to World and not having the wire bug.
Yeah.
I'll get knocked over and I'll be like doing the button presses for it and I'm like, fuck, I don't have it.
God damn it, there's no jump. Let's see. It should be a good time though.
Yeah. Yeah, I do prefer the monster mounting in
True.
World, though.
Very fucking true.
Oh, yeah. So this is another thing that so I guess because we're probably getting to the end here, and so it's time for the cleanup. I think I'm going to do away with like the news section. And I've been thinking about it. We're all about like consumer side because that's what we are on this podcast and our reaction to stuff and how we feel about games. And I'm just kind of like, I don't know, the news stuff I'm interested in, but I just like it feels forced for us.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that doesn't mean that I'll never bring up a news story again. I'm not going to make it a point to every week try to have some stuff with the news to talk about.
Right.
I think the stuff I enjoy most on this is when we just talk.
Mm-hmm.
And just go off on our own little thing. And I think, too, for the news was earlier on when we weren't as good at just, like, talking and keeping the conversation going.
Mm-hmm.
It was good to have it because it, adds some time and sometimes we talk about it. But it's, again, one of those things, I just don't think it's needed for us anymore.
Right.
And, yeah, I don't, a lot of times, too, like, the stuff that we're talking about is, hey, more studios got closed and this and that. And it's not that I don't care about it, and not that I don't think it should be brought up, but there's actual journalistic sites for that.
Right.
That can go into more than that. I think I've said it enough. We just, copy paste. That sucks. Fuck capitalism, your free bingo squares, okay? So yeah, so I don't have any news because I just didn't look any up. Getting rid of that section. Streamlining the motherfucker.
Streamlined it while getting rid of it. Streamlined it.
Yeah, I'm doing this. Listen, I learned by watching these corporations, and what you do is to make things better, you get rid of things. So because I'm cutting out the news section of the podcast, that means we should be like 30% more profitable now, yo.
It makes sense, though. I think it makes sense.
Right? Yeah, but it is. And I'm right, because 30% of zero is still zero.
Oh, my fucking God, Bryan.
That's math, motherfuckers.
Math fucking magician right here.
Oh, man. You got anything else this week?
No, I'm good, brother.
All right. Well, we love y'all. Sorry about last week. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.